Hey there, folks. I know a lot of you think this is a silly subject, but I don't make many flat earth videos, but there's a few things I just want to point out here. This is on the heels of watching Max Malone have his rant about flat earth and being able to find it on Google. Ask Google, right? Anyway, April 28th, 2019, it is, my rent's due that day. Anyway. So getting to this, flat earth. All right, so I'm standing on a deck about 20 feet off the water, and I can see an island. Let's see here. Yeah, it's well, as the crow flies, it's about 25 miles from the Seattle ferry straight to Whidbey Island. Okay, straight from the tip of Whidbey Island to the Seattle boat, as the crow flies. But yet, I can see the entire island. Now, according to the Earth curvature, it should be between 200 and 250 feet below the horizon from my eyesight. The island is only 300 feet tall, so I should only be able to see the top of the island, right? You get this, right? The Earth curvature. This is the calculator here. Earth curvature calculator, Dizzy B or whatever it's called. I'll get to this. All right. I said looking at Whidbey Island from Seattle Ferry. But, you know, it only gives me the distance. Just like friggin' Max was talking about. So I did another calculation, and I went Bremerton to Mount Rainier. And the distance is 87 miles, or 88 miles, right? So, yet you can see the entirety of the mountain. And I did the curvature for that. It was 4,607 feet of the mountain you should not be able to see. I know, everybody's going to go, oh, but the land rises as you go to the mountain. Well, as the land rises, you also have curvature of the earth away from you, which makes it fall further from view. Are you getting it? You get that, right? The further you go away from something, the more it's supposed to go down below your eyesight level, right? Or the horizon, okay? So I did the Earth curve calculator, 4,607 miles, or feet, below the horizon. Yet you can see this much of the mountain. So I did another one, and there's the height of the mountain, 14,411 feet, right? Okay. So I did another one, and I got a picture. Well, here's the distance from Bainbridge Island to 115 miles. Well, we could probably take off the 15 miles. Let's do that real quick. Let's take off the 20. Let's take off 20 miles. We'll just go 95 miles. If you go as the crow flies from Bainbridge Island, let's go 90 miles. Let's just go 90 miles. As the crow flies, all right? It's about 30 miles above Bremerton, north, okay? I'm going to calculate that. So almost 5,000 feet of that mountain you're not supposed to be able to see, okay? Now we got a 14,000-foot mountain, right? Height of Mount Rainier, yep, 14,400. So 5,000 feet should drop below the horizon from Bainbridge Island. Yet, from Bainbridge Island, you see the whole mountain. We should only be able to see about this much of it. This much of it should be gone, down below the horizon. You keep saying, well, the land keeps rising up to the mountain. Yes, but you have curvature of the earth, supposedly. You're supposed to have curvature, and something is supposed to go below the horizon the further the distance. Yet, we can still see the mountain in its entirety. Does that make sense? Okay. You know, the first one I did was 115 miles. Let's do something else. I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna go. Let's go Mount Rainier from Whidbey Island. From Whidbey Island. Go like that. Okay, it's gonna Mount Rainier from Whidbey Island. Let's go distance. Well, let's see here. Now let's just go to images. Go to images. There's the mountain. Now Whidbey Island is above, well above Seattle. Like I said, it's 41 miles if you took a car, and it's probably about 30 miles from the ferry dock to the island. All right, Mount Rainier from Whidbey Island. I don't care how high you are up on the fucking island. This picture's probably taken 100 feet above sea level. Let's see here, Oak Harbor, Whidbey Island. Let's get one from the ground. Try get one from the ground here. What is this? No. All right. Oh, here we go. Here's from the fucking ground. All right. We're gonna do distance of Mount Rainier from Whidbey Island. Okay. 96 miles. That's a straight run there. That's almost a straight run. Yet we can see it. And what did the Earth curve calculator say? 96 miles. 96 miles. Go like that. Enter. 5,659 feet should be taken away from that view of the mountain, right? Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. I'm doing the calculations correctly. Whidbey Island. So we're not supposed to be able to see 5,600 feet of that mountain. Boom. Yet we can see the whole goddamn thing. Let's go even further. I think Port Townsend. Let's see. Port Townsend to Rainier. Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier. Distance. 134 miles. All right, so we got 134 miles from Port Townsend to Mount Rainier. Well, it took me a little bit. I did find a picture from the shore of Mount Rainier from Port Townsend. All right. Now, I took off a few miles because as the crow flies, you can't go by the distance, the 134 miles from Port Townsend to Mount Rainier. You know, because you got all the roads and things like that to curves and stuff like that. So I took off 15 miles, and this is how much of the mountain you should not be able to see: 8,991. Basically, you can't see 9,000 feet of that mountain. So, in other words, we should only be able to see the last 5,000 feet of that mountain. You know, and everybody's going to say, well, the land keeps going up. Yes, but you still have that conundrum of the earth curving away from you. The earth curving away from you. Period. All right? But there it is. Right there in all its glory. 14,000 feet high, 14,400 feet high mountain. And according to the Earth curvature, you should not be able to see 9,000 feet of that goddamn mountain. That's being conservative there, right? Because you saw it. It said 134 miles by road if you drove to it. So I took off 15 miles for those twisty turny roads. And there you go. So I made my point. You shouldn't be able to see 9,000 feet of that mountain from that shoreline. And that's where that person is standing. All right? You get it, right? I hope you get it. Because it's simple. Go to the Earth curvature. It doesn't lie. This is supposed to be, in stone. Yet, like Max Malone said, you cannot find that in any database. The actual Earth curvature. It will not tell you in any database. Because it doesn't exist. We live on a fucking flat Earth. This is proof right here. Anyway, 130 miles, people. 120, even 120 miles. Is that what I did? Yep, 120. Boom. See the entire mountain from 120 miles away. Okay. I drove that in the ground. I hope everybody's doing well. Later.